Given the success of the live action Netflix series One Piece, I want to honor that by giving you 5 life lessons that you can take from One Piece and apply to living a better life. Given that this is a personal development, self-improvement YouTube channel, I wanted to marry my passion of anime with self-improvement. And One Piece is a manga that I've been reading since 2005, before it was cool, before most people knew what it is, and even up until like a couple years ago, most people really didn't know what One Piece was when I read it. And so let's get into these 5 life lessons, because One Piece is so much more than just a cartoon. It has incredible stories and character arcs and life lessons. And that's what people don't understand. It's not just action. And I think that's why the Netflix series understood, and part of why it did so well. So let's get into lesson 1. Lesson 1 is pursue your dreams with determination. The protagonist, Monkey D. Luffy, had an unwavering quest to accomplish his goal of becoming Pirate King. And this massive universe of One Piece, that's like the most unfathomable goal. And yet, rather than saying, oh, this is impossible, it's ridiculous, he didn't let those obstacles stop him. And by the way, we're going to be cross-referencing these life lessons with real life lessons in the real world to show you how it can practically be used with proven evidence. So Luffy, he wanted to, reach the Grand Line and become Pirate King. And there are many times where he was challenged. In fact, even in the first episode of the Netflix series, he's talking to Kobe, and Kobe has a smaller goal of just becoming a Marine, but he doesn't think it's possible. And Luffy changes his mind and says, you got to pursue your passion, your dreams. And Kobe's like, no, it's stupid. But he ends up becoming a Marine and achieving his dream. So even if you don't have these bold dreams, you can accomplish more than you think if you believe it's possible. Without that belief, you're never going to start. And there's so many real world examples. I'll just give you one, which is Elon Musk. He founded SpaceX, he founded Tesla, and most people, when he started out, were like, you're not going to succeed. The chances are really slim to none that you'll be able to start a private space station and then an electric luxury car. It's just ridiculous. And even he thought it was low possibility, and lo and behold, low possibility is not zero. He achieved it. Lesson number 2, embrace diversity and form strong bonds. Now, it'll be no surprise that the cast of One Piece on Netflix is very diverse in terms of personalities, experiences, backgrounds, ethnicities, and that's what makes a pirate crew or a team stand out. Different perspectives and backgrounds and talents, such as Nami as the navigator, Chopper with his medical expertise, and so forth, that leads to the group plugging each other's weaknesses and having different strengths that lead to a solid team. There's many real-world examples from, Nelson Mandela uniting a divided nation in South Africa and bridging racial ties through teamwork and advocacy. Or if you want a more, down-to-earth example that you can relate to, just think about any successful team that you've worked with or you've seen from a company you admire. My favorite example is Ray Dalio of Bridgewater. He wrote a famous book in the business world called Principles, and in it he emphasizes the importance of having diverse perspectives on a team to screen out poor investment decisions. Lesson 3, face adversity with resilience. So when you explore the numerous challenges of the Straw Hat Pirates in One Piece, they're constantly bouncing back. Every arc, they're facing a stronger foe, and oftentimes they hit their brink. They don't think, everyone's defeated, they don't think they can beat the foe, and at the last second, something changes. They never give up, they bounce back, they get stronger, they find a new technique, and they're able to overcome their challenges. They don't let hopelessness, despair, or negativity throw them back. And it's that unbounded belief that it's possible that pushes them through. And it's these challenges that make for a great story. If everything was easy, it wouldn't be worth it. One real world example would be Oprah Winfrey, who is now a famous billionaire. But if you study her life, she had a difficult childhood. She was a pregnant teenager. She was poor. She had a lot of adversity. Her partner left her, and she didn't let those things stop her at all. She didn't let those things scar her either and hold her back. So a lot to learn there. Lesson 4, continual self-growth and self-improvement. Despite the characters' constant struggles, they're constantly learning to grow in different ways and improve themselves. In season 1 of One Piece in Netflix, and in the first arc, Zoro gets defeated by Mihawk easily. Mihawk is like, he takes out this tiny little knife and he says, this is the smallest knife I can use against you because our power levels are just way different, and this would only be fair. And he disposes of Zoro, who has 3 swords, with this tiny little knife. And it's really shameful, and Zoro is just shocked at the width of his difference in abilities, because up until that point he was established as a very skilled swordsman, being able to take out multiple pirates at once. And he realizes that, oh my goodness, I really need to get better. He doesn't let that discourage him. So in a similar manner, there's plenty of people in life who didn't start out that great. Maybe they had some talent, but when you sum up their talent and skill, they weren't the best people ever at the game, and then they grew. I mean, there's so many examples in sports, and there's examples in science, from Albert Einstein with his dedication to theoretical physics and working at a patent office while doing his science stuff on the side, to probably an example most of you can relate to if you're American, Tom Brady, who was drafted on like the 6th, like way down the line, like 6th round or something. He was like the 4th string on the team, and it wasn't until a flurry of fluke incidences, like the prime quarterback being injured, that they even just brought him up, not because they thought he was great, but because he was. And then through his constant self-improvement, he was able to become the best quarterback in the history of the NFL, winning multiple Super Bowls, scoring and breaking tons of records. And it just goes to show you. And if you read his book, TB12, which I did, it goes into even more depth about his growth, because he really did, mindset-wise, acknowledge that he wasn't the best on the team, but he set a goal that he would do everything possible to become the best on that team and not be seen as, a substitute player. And over time, those gradual improvements added up. And the last lesson is protect what matters most. Now, for the Straw Hats pirates, that is each other, that is their friendship, that is their love, and that is also sometimes their love of other people they encounter on their journey. Luffy especially, as well as the others, they go through enormous means in a lot of these arcs, Ennis Lobby arc and so forth, to really protect someone who's being mistreated or enslaved or exploited, and they go through a lot of pain and suffering on their own to free or save or defeat the foe. And really, that's what Luffy is. That's why his latest form, Gear 5, is essentially a symbol of a liberator, because he's revolutionary in that way. He's liberating and helping all these people who are suffering. And so when that comes to life, you could just do your own thing and not care about others. But when you think about those who get remembered in history rather than just forgotten immediately after you die, it's people who have spoken out against an issue. Not always. I mean, there's also people like Steve Jobs who just invented something really cool and made an impact. But it's one way of driving a purpose and meaning beyond the existence of your life. And you have that with Martin Luther King Jr. You have that with tons of examples: Abraham Lincoln, civil rights, Nelson Mandela, and so on and so forth. So there's so many examples here of people who have really pushed the envelope and strove for something better. And it could be a group of people, or it could be something else. Just having that, you decide that better meaning, purpose in life that will give you fulfillment. It's environmentalism, saving the environment. And it doesn't have to be this grand thing where you save a generation. It can be one person going to a food shelter, volunteering. I've done that before. Mr. Beat's doing a lot right now with his own. He created his own philanthropies to help different countries and different groups in his own way. So protecting loved ones, very big picture. And so to conclude, as you can tell, I'm a big One Piece fan. I'm a big lover of self-improvement. And I can't wait for season 2. Super happy that season 1 went well. I was thinking about doing a review of the first season. I felt it might be out of place on this channel. Let me know your thoughts. Thanks for watching.